Hey everyone, this is just a little interlude before I introduce the podcast. But I want to set good intentions for this podcast because the last episode was very heavy and I cried a lot. So I want to just recuperate from that. So if you can do this with me, I would highly appreciate it. So let's take a deep breath and let go. One more time. And then repeat after me. Close your eyes. Repeat after me. I am here. I am present. I'm important. And I am loved. The things that bother me will leave. The things that I love will stay. For I am here. One more time. For I am here and I am present. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Now let's get into the episode. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, another podcast video. This is the Open Wound Club and I am your host and mind behind this YouTube channel. Today's podcast is going to be something just chill, simple. I'm just going to yap for you guys because I feel like the last two episodes are so heavy and I was definitely very emotional in the last episode. I didn't even realize that I'm wearing the same shirt. I promise you, I haven't lived in this shirt since the last video. It has been washed and clean. It's just the same shirt. What a plot twist. But today I'm so excited to just say that I officially finished all my exams, my last finals of high school, which is crazy. And I just wanted to make this video to just remember just the 12 years of school that I have gone through and just what I have learned personally and just how I'm so emotional about it. I have time to reflect, and one of the ways I do is, as you guys know, I like to paint. Sorry, this is a swatch card. I like to paint. This is so cute, by the way. Look how cute that is. And whenever I paint, I'm always full of peaceful thoughts. And yeah, I've just had a lot of time to reflect on, my life and where I am now mentally, physically. Yeah, just wanted to make a video instead of just thinking out loud. So this is what this video is going to be about. It's just very chill. I have nothing really interesting. I don't have anything typed up, so we're just going to go with the flow. My last exam today was biology, human biology. So our school is kind of different in a sense where our science subjects are split into different categories. So biology isn't just biology. There is physiology, which is sports medicine. There's anatomy, which is what I take, or what I took, because I'm fascinated by the human body. And I stuck with it, and I have learned some pretty valuable stuff. And I think the exam went okay. Science is not my strong suit, as you may know if you are my friends watching. Science is not my strong suit, but it is something that I love. And yeah, I picked biology for that purpose only. I just wanted to study about the body and great teachers, and at times I would even use resources like my school nurse, etc. So yeah, and I really liked taking it because my anxiety and my depression manifests physically. So more often than not, my panic attacks are never just panic attacks, or anxiety attacks are never just anxiety attacks. It's always migraines, muscle pain, shortness of breath, palpitations. That's the symptom that I hate the most, is palpitations, because I always feel like I'm having a heart attack even though I do not have any heart disease or anything like that. But my mind thinks so in that moment. And I also sometimes struggle with projectile vomiting, which is crazy. That's only if I'm super hella nervous. It's not a reoccurrent symptom. But yeah, for me, it's usually headaches and migraines that last. And unfortunately, it's the kind that, you know, I can't really have a painkiller, because that's just something that has to go on its own. And I usually have a shit ton of ice, like on my face. I have ice packs. I have lots of electrolytes, you know, and blackout, like eye masks and whatnot. So yeah, I'm always stiff. My body is always very stiff, and that's not only because I live a very sedentary life, but mostly because of my anxiety. When I'm stressed as hell, everything freezes up and everything just hurts physically and mentally. To know more about, you know, why my body was the way it is, and just interesting stuff, you know. And we had some pretty cool dissections too that I'm gonna miss so much. And overall, I'm just gonna miss the school environment. I don't really know what to expect when I go into university. I am expecting a lot of self-advocacy and self-independence, I guess, when it comes to my own studies, because it's a concentrated institution, right? So you study what you chose, and you have to make sure that you're doing what you want to do and getting the stuff that you need to get to be worthy of getting that degree or whatever. I'm in no rush though to immediately go into university. I am planning on taking a gap year. But that is yet to be determined if that's something that I truly am comfortable doing. I most probably will be doing that, but yeah, if I am taking a gap year, I'm planning, you know, just to focus on other things, like, you know, get my license, see if therapy could be an option for me, see where I'm at, and you know, really prepare myself, I guess, for university and things like that. I'm also looking to maybe, you know, find some jobs. Nothing crazy, just something to kill time and brush up on things that are important, like, you know, applications, yada yada yada, just the whole works. I also want to focus on my health. I want to kind of prioritize it. I haven't been at all, so that's something that's been a goal of mine, is to prioritize health, my physical health, mental health, everything. So best of my abilities. That's the main thing. If you're wondering what I'm painting, I am just doing a landscape. I wanted it to look realistic as possible, but it's honestly looking very cartoonish. So I'm just going with the flow. That's why I love art, is like sometimes it turns out completely different. You know, you could be following a video, a tutorial that's telling you to do something, but it's just your natural inkling that's giving you a different story. And instead of getting mad and frustrated, I'm just gonna go with the flow and see what I come up with, because all of my projects that I have made so far have been so pleasantly surprising. I'm kind of really proud of myself for still being consistent with this. I have never been this consistent with anything in my life. Even when I do write, like, I have moments where, you know, I need to take a break, but never have I consistently thought of like, hey, I'm gonna do this every single day if I can. And now that I have more time, more freedom to, this book is gonna finish. I can already tell. Best decision ever to just randomly get a sketchbook. This isn't even a watercolor sketchbook. It says mixed media and the paper is so thin. But you know, it's held up well, so yeah. Life is good when you're doing something meaningless, like, you know, aimlessly, like you're not doing it for something, you're just doing it for yourself. This has been so healing for me, and this is just where I focus all my good energy, and where I spend my time just recalibrating everything and reflecting heavily. A fun thing I did was, we had a week of breaks, and a cool thing I did was I wrote just poems to all of my friends and my teachers, and I cried so much writing that. So if you received a poem from me, just know that tears have been shed, because I don't know when I'm gonna see y'all again, and y'all are gonna do amazing things. And the poems that I wrote are not only farewell. I didn't want to make them farewell poems because I did not want to be sad. I did not want to make it sad. The poems I wrote for, you know, the educators and teachers and the people at school who have, you know, helped with my education, those poems are just a thank you, for bearing with me when I could not be present in some moments of my life. You guys know, if you've watched previous episodes, I've just mentioned that I've had a very hard time during my high school years, but I also had really good times. And those poems are just there as a thank you for bearing with me and dealing with me and treating me like I'm human. Because more times than not, I have spent a lot of time with teachers more than I have with the students, because, I just didn't feel like I fit in, and they were the only people that, did not make me feel weird, and I could talk to them about literally anything, and I have just fostered really great, relationships with them. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss them a lot. It's definitely very, very bittersweet. It's hitting me now slowly that I just can't believe I'm done. Time really does fly. Like, I remember when I first joined this school, I used to think, oh my gosh, 4 years, like, I'm gonna be stuck here for 4 years of exams. But then it's like a switch, just turned on and off, and I'm officially like done, which is crazy. I think the biggest thing that I have learned, despite the hard times at school that I have gone with myself and also with just a few people that have made my life miserable for no reason, is that I'm an important person. I deserve to feel important. I deserve to take up space, and I deserve to feel valued for more than just being a helping hand, or for more than just, remaining silent when, I was obviously being harassed, to be fair. And I'm just very sad that it's taken me this long to realize that. I feel like these are just foundational skills. Like, I feel like from a young age, you're supposed to know that you're important and you're valued and that you matter. But, it's taken me, I'm glad that it's taken me, my final year of high school to realize that, hey, girls are always going to be mean. People are always going to be mean. And it's time that you take care of yourself and be there for yourself, because at the end of the day, I'm here and I need to make the most of it, and I can't spend all my energy and time and just stewing in things I cannot control. I cannot control people's thoughts of me. I cannot control people's perceptions and ideas of me. Nothing's gonna change a set mind, Nothing is written in stone. I'm always gonna have experiences where I'm meeting people constantly, so it's not like I'm losing anything, really, am I? I mean, how can you grieve something you never had, I realized, that as long as I have a good heart and I remain good despite it all, that's more than enough for me. I know loneliness and depression intimately. It's been a part of my life forever now. And I know that I was loved by the people who loved me at school. And that's all that matters. I am very grateful that I have never experienced severe bullying to the point where, I was harming myself. Still had the high school experiences that I'm going to talk about in years to come. And I have met incredible people and incredible teachers that, that just make your school life feel more than just school. Like, there are those teachers that are so incredibly gifted in that sense, where, like, they can turn a lesson into story and story into meaning, and that just stays with you. So yeah, I'm just filled with gratitude and emotions, and I was thinking, who do I tell all of this to? Like, who's gonna celebrate this with me? But then I realized that all the people that I want to talk to in my personal life about my current state, are not available. They're all busy. They're all working. They're all adults, So I was like, you know what? This is why I started a damn podcast, so I can yap to somebody, anybody, everybody. So yeah, I just can't believe I'm done with school. I can't believe I don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. anymore, or 7 a.m. or stand at assembly. The school that I went to, or I am graduating from, has been my safe space. Like, I am a completely different person when I was in this school and when I was at home. At home, I'm very mellowed out. I don't really talk to anyone. I'm very introverted. I'm very introverted. But when I am at the school I go to or went to, I was just a complete social butterfly, and I always wanted to do stupid things and fun things and just be part of the community as much as I could. And I'm so glad that I was celebrated for that, despite a few ants pestering me. Not even ants, sorry. Ants are cute. A few roaches pestering me, but yeah, I honestly had a great time regardless. And if anything, I have just learned so much about, having the poise and the patience to just ignore and move on and do not dish out the same things that you were given, because, I'm better than that. I know that. And I do know that it's pure immaturity, and that's something that I really hope they grow out of, because the real world will eat them alive. There's not always going to be people who will take shit and just, fly with it. Like, yeah. And honestly, good luck to them when they go to university, because, oh my goodness, their AI dependent brains, I feel for them, especially because a lot of them want to do things like science and medicine and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh girl, you don't even know how to treat a person normally, but you want to, operate on a human being? Yeah, good luck. But, never judge a book by its cover. You never know who they're going to be in the next month, year, whatever. So the thing I wanted to discuss was when I was handing out the poems to my friends, one of the cockroaches came up to me and asked me, why I didn't write to her. And I was like, I didn't laugh at her because I'm a nice person, I'm normal enough to realize that it's never nice to just laugh at a person, even though you want to. I so wanted to, so bad. But I was like, I looked at her and I was like, are you serious right now? Like, this is the only time you've ever acknowledged me and you're asking me why I didn't write to you? Baby, you made my life hell. You made my life miserable constantly. You're not getting applause for that. You're not getting attention for that. Sorry. Like, yes, we have the same circle of friends, but they were better friends to me than you have ever been in your life. And I haven't even done anything to you. I really didn't. Like, don't mistake my kindness for obedience and that everything's good simply because I treat you like a normal human being, because I'm being civil with you, okay? I'm done being the nice girl, okay? I'm sick of being known for that too, by the way. Like, that's always something that people have commented, oh, I'm so nice. Like, okay, yeah, basic human decency is considered nice now. Great. Yeah, okay. And don't come up to me and expect a poem when you've made me literally have panic attacks and heart palpitations, because you just will not leave me alone. And you've hurt me so much that I had to have a physical reaction. I had to avoid you, or I'm constantly like looking over my shoulder just because I do not want to see you, because you will trigger something for me. And yeah, so the audacity for you to come and ask me, oh, did you write to me? It's like, no, babe, I write to my friends and people I care about, okay? My energy, my creative space, my time, everything is very sacred to me, especially when it comes to being creative. This time is very, very important to me, because I come from a good place. I'm always putting good intentions, letting out good energy vibes, just good things, I don't want to make this a negative space ever. And when I write to my friends especially, it's not something that I do every single day. It's only if you've really impacted me and you really are special to me. Sorry, I'm checking my phone because I ordered food. But yeah, it's only if you're really special to me and if you have genuinely made an impact in my life. So yeah, it's very sacred to me, and that's something that I do not play about ever, and I won't ever play about that. So no, I'll spend the one thing I love more than anything in this world, the one thing that's keeping me alive more than anything in this world, on cockroaches. Sorry. And yes, you are a roach. Don't even play and say that I'm being mean. You're a cockroach. I could say worse, okay? So I want my art to attract people who genuinely appreciate what I'm dishing out and who take me seriously. You're not that person, so. And plus, I don't even think you have the comprehension skills to read a poem, okay? So I genuinely would not even know what I could write to you. So yeah, maybe you can ask GPT. I mean, you seem to be using that for your essays and shit, so ask GPT to write you a poem. So yeah, that is my reasoning. When you have something that you absolutely love, you will do anything you can to protect it, okay? And I'm standing on that little tidbit. Like, if you have lost your spark in something, especially if it's something creative, but if you've lost your spark, you know, if you had something that you absolutely loved doing purely because it just took you out of your mind, prioritize it, because this is important. For me, this is a discipline, right? Because I'm actively choosing to write and paint and just be creative, even when I don't feel like it. A lot of people think, you know, or maybe, you know, the common assumption whenever people read my work and whenever I get feedback is, oh, I love that you write every day. I wish I could, blah, 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 blah. Writing every day is hard, okay? Maybe it's not for most, but for me it is, because I have to peel back layers of myself and really look at the wound and press it and accept it and then put it into words. That's not an easy thing to do. Most of my writing comes from experience, my personal experiences, whether it's imaginative or not. Like, the way I write is imaginative. Like, I write a lot of metaphors and stuff, right? So the writing is imaginary, I guess, imaginary, full of just vivid imagery, but the experience was very real. And the experience, more often than not, came from a place of hurt, from a place of shame, guilt, grief, you know, just the negatives of just living. And I have to translate that onto words, and then I'm doing the thing and, you know, sharing it with people. And that's not an easy thing to do. The creative process is not easy all the time, but I do it. I constantly choose to do it. And that's what I think, what sets me apart, I guess, from many people, is that just because I'm miserable in the moment does not mean, you know, the art is gone. I choose to force myself to write, paint, do anything with my hands and brain to get off the damn screen, to get off my depression, even though it tells me to just stay in bed, you know? Like, these things sustain me, and I really hope that you could find that too one day with whatever you love. Make it a discipline, prioritize it. This is your me time. It is sacred. Put on the music, bring the stuff you need to bring, eat good food, have your water, make it a moment, because making everyday routines special in any way possible, whether it's makeup, skincare, baths, whatever you do, is so important, because you have to learn to live in the now. Stop thinking about the future, stop worrying about the past. That's the main thing that I have learned through it all, because that never got us anything. Did it get you anything? Crying about when your teacher told you that you were going to fail in life? Did that bring you anything just from you dwelling on that? No. So yeah, you have to focus on the now and come to this state. See that? That's where you need to be, the quiet, and just doing something that you love purely because you love to do it, not because you're trying to prove anything. And look, when I say my art is not perfect. It is ugly, it is messy, it looks like a child did it, okay? But it makes me happy. But it brings me peace, but it allows me to be with myself and live with myself. Helps me just accept the quiet and learn how to deal with the quiet when there's so much noise in here, you know? So yeah, that is just some things. And obviously everyone experiences and expresses and does art differently. If you need a more energetic environment, hell yeah. If you need a more quieter environment, hell yeah. If you need to just get out of the house, hell yeah. Whatever, do whatever you need to do. Work with what you have, you know? Forget about, you know, buying the best supplies or buying the best, I don't know, going to the best course. I don't know, whatever. Just forget about the best and, you know, spending. Just exist with what you have and try to make something of it. I don't have much, you know? I really don't. But I make the best of what I got. Like, I want to start a podcast. I was dreaming about, finding the correct space and having the mic and the studio and the script and all of this. But that's not going to happen if I don't start. Make it exist first and then better it later when you have the resources and the ability. Again, I'm not a professional at any of this. Like, really, I'm not. I don't have any credentials to back any of this up. So please, as always, take any of my episodes or videos like a grain of salt, okay? I'm just a human being with a camera and the access to internet. So, yeah. Do what you love. Make the conscious choice. Whether you hate yourself, whether you're depressed, whether you're angry, whether you have no time, make time. If you have time to get up and go to work, you have time to get up maybe a few minutes earlier just to do what you love to do. You may not see the progress now, but there will be progress. Trust me, there will be. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to prove to anyone what you're doing. You don't need to prove. No one needs to know, by the way. Like, no one needs to know. There's a lot of people that don't know that I have a YouTube channel. There's a lot of people that don't know that I paint. There's a lot of people that don't know that I sing. I love to sing. Music is such an important part of my life, and I really hope I get to explore that one day and make music, right? Like, there's a lot of things that people don't know simply because I want it to exist for myself. And if people can see it, great. If not, I don't care. Why? Because this is sustaining me and it's fulfilling me. It gives me purpose and it gives me joy. It gives me meaning. I think we live in a world that is always chasing dopamine and adrenaline seeking things, and we're always just very fast paced. Everyone wants to live it up, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, That's so tiring to me. I just want to chill. I just want to find good people and hang out with good people that understand me and respect what I do, and understand that sometimes I need my space. And understand that to me, it's not really about the art itself, but it's the intention behind it. It's the energy that I put. It's the work that I put. And, yeah. Only place that I feel so safe. So safe, so sure of myself, so proud of myself, and just so aware that, I exist, that I'm here, that I'm here. That I'm here to be present, and that I'm here to just be. I had to cut there because I got my food. I got some Chinese food to celebrate the fact that I have officially finished school. I'll eat that later because I do not want to film myself eating in front of you guys. Though if you want a mukbang, let me know because I can do that. But yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to be something you're not. And you don't need permission from anyone to do anything. Okay, first off. You are your own person. You know what's best for you. And you should focus all your time and energy on that. I was saying, today, one of my friends actually was, telling me to not do a potential career choice because, it has the highest unemployment rate. That's not my concern, okay? I am still gonna do with what I have, even if I have to starve, even if I have to be miserable. And I understand, we live in a world where we can't afford to think about passions anymore because, we need something that sustains you economically, financially, the biggest thing. But that's not where my mind is. I can always get jobs, right? I can always get jobs that are going to get me the salary, the housing, the benefits, whatever, right? But I don't want to be miserable. I don't want to work really hard at a place that does not serve me at all, or as well as I would like it to. I don't want to chill in that sense. And I understand where he's coming from because it's, it's a place of concern, right? Everyone's worried about if they're making enough money, when they can make money. But for me, I have never had money to begin with, first of all, so I don't know what it's like to have it, but have a lot of it and have all the resources. But I don't want to work and waste away for the rest of my life. I want to work for something that is meaningful to me and something that I know I can add value to in whatever sense. So yeah, that's not what I'm thinking about when it comes to career and stuff. And I know I should be, because I'm going to university. I have to make pretty big decisions about my life and where I see myself and what I want to do with it. But I am very happy with little. I really am. I'm not the type of girl that's like, chasing the latest trends or wanting designer bags, which again, that's a whole another issue in itself. But hey, if that makes you happy, it makes you happy. But this set of paints was like $7. These brushes was like $10, and this book was like maybe 20, and I have like 50-cent or 50 cells worth of stickers on it, and it's given me so much peace and comfort and things that I know I can never be able to repay it. And I'm very happy with that. I'm not materialistic at all. I really don't care about my appearance anymore. Lord knows I've spent my entire life caring about how I looked, and I've had people tell me about how I look as if I did not already know. So yeah, I'm just very happy. I wear the same clothes 24/7. Like, I can go 3 days with the same shirt, pants on. I will not have a problem with it, unless obviously it's dirty and I need to take a shower and whatnot. But I'm very content with what I have, and I don't think many people can say that, because we're living in a world that's always asking for more from us, especially as a woman, as a young woman who's still who's still growing into herself. Like, it's just insecurity after insecurity. And like, if you have rosacea, for example, use this and it'll go away. If you have pimples, go away. Like, just let yourself be. Who cares if you have all these things and all these issues? Literally everyone else on the planet has them. And yeah, just be yourself. Find what makes you joy, even if it's silly. It doesn't have to make sense. My mother told me that once I graduate, aka now, right, she wants me to order a thousand piece set of puzzles, just because she wants to do it. Mind you, that woman is 40 and she works for the military. She works for some of the military. I mean, she's not a military person herself, but she works at the offices or whatever. And she's 40 and she just asked me to order some puzzles so we can build together. You gotta be like that. Find your whimsy with whatever it is that you're doing. Find your whimsy. Make sure that it is silly. Make sure that it is genuinely bringing you joy and you're actually having fun. And make sure it looks childish. Who cares about skill? This is a hobby. Hobbies, I think people misinterpret what it means to have a hobby. A hobby is not something for you to perfect or something for you to be so cautious about. A hobby is just something that you do. That's it. You don't need to be perfect. You will become better than how you started, but the overall thing is, it's just there. It's just something for you to do, something that just exists because you want it to exist. And who cares if it looks bad? Who cares? I don't. I just appreciate the fact that this is not AI. This is with real hands, real face, real ideas from my brain. And yeah, stop always chasing perfection. Look, if you're doing art as a profession, that's a completely different thing, okay? That you do have to require some sort of study and some sort of skill. But that's purely for the career side of it. But I'm just saying, as a human being, that, if you have kept yourself from doing something because you think you're not good at it, do it. Because that's the only way you will get better, and it's the only way that you can truly see if you're actually good at it or not. And you will surprise yourself, because trust me, I could not paint for the life of me. I could not even draw for the life of me. But I've had this book for less than a month. Like, I've had this book for a whole month, and even less than a month, actually. And I'm surprised I could even draw a forest, which I'm currently trying to paint. Like, I'm surprised I could even draw birds. I did not even know I could draw birds. But yeah, it brings me happiness, it brings me joy. And you should find something that brings you your whimsy. So yeah, again, a very short episode. And I truly have nothing more to say except for that. And I'm very grateful that it's over. This part of my life is over. I will never enter high school ever again after this. I'm done. I'm free. But I'm gonna miss it, man. I'm gonna miss the people, the memories. Oh my gosh. Despite the mean girls, despite the hardships, I am grateful that I have made it through and that my first graduation is in literally a couple of days. So I'm so overjoyed. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself for making it out alive and not killing myself. That contract really works, by the way. I had to sign something that promised that promised the school that I wasn't going to harm myself. Because yeah, it really did get that bad. So yeah, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for making it through, and I'm proud of myself for still doing shit that I loved despite having cockroaches telling me not to. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, night, evening, whatever. And I hope you get some yummy food like I did right over there, that you can enjoy. And yeah, this has been the Open Wound Club episode 4. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked anything from any of my videos, whether it's a podcast or a spoken word, please let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, like, do all the social media things. It would really help me a lot, and I would love to have more friends, and yeah, just see where this takes me. All right, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.